This woman gave birth to a baby boy with a cleft lip and palate. The midwives didn't know how to break the news. But under Betty's repeated questioning, they had to gently tell her the situation. As expected, Betty couldn't accept it. The moment she saw her baby's face, she broke down in tears. After the examination, doctors found that baby Kirk had a large gap in his upper lip and his mouth structure was incomplete. Surgery was the only possible solution. But even more urgent than surgery was feeding him. Kirk couldn't suck milk properly. Betty tried all night but failed. Kirk cried the entire time, and Betty was devastated. She felt like she wasn't a good enough mother. Valerie quickly comforted her and taught her how to feed him. Betty followed Valerie's steps and tried again. This time, it worked and she was overjoyed. Soon, the hospital scheduled the surgery. But the doctor said it would be complicated and could lead to side effects. Betty was heartbroken for her son. Since the surgery needed time to prepare, she brought Kirk home. But waiting for her at home were 5 other children needing care. She was overwhelmed every day making milk for Kirk while changing diapers for the others. She was so busy that when the formula ran out, she didn't even have time to buy more. Her oldest son Andy was especially troublesome. One day, the police came to the door, saying Andy had been speeding and nearly hit a pedestrian. Seeing how little Andy cared about the consequences made Betty very upset. She felt like she had failed as a mother. She began to wonder if she had made a mistake having so many children. At one point, she even considered giving Kirk away. But Valerie knew deep down, Betty loved Kirk more than anyone else. She just needed support. So Valerie went straight to Andy and spoke to him seriously about how hard Betty had worked for the family. Then she assigned him chores and responsibilities. Andy didn't argue, he quietly nodded. After that, he became a responsible young man. When he heard neighbors gossiping about Kirk, he would immediately defend him. The neighbors backed off, and Betty secretly smiled. She saw Andy had grown up. A few weeks later, Valerie visited again. Kirk had gained 3 pounds and was doing well under Betty's care. Then Valerie gently mentioned adoption, but Betty instantly refused. No matter what happens in the future, she said, she would never give up her child again.